Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from Ford Field. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And it wasn't that long ago that there were a lot of conversations about whether Jared Goff was truly going to be a frontline starter in the NFL, and he has proven all of those critics wrong. He's taken his game up big notches in the last few years. Now what he needs to do, sustain that success in the regular season come playoff time.
Right to the air, here is Goff. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
A 2-yard gain brings up second down at the 27-yard line.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Play action. It's Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Goff now looking to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Lions first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It was Daniil Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll go again with Gibbs. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the gun, here's Goff. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. Well, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And there's no doubt about the talent that we see from C.J. Stroud. We've watched it develop in his first 2 years in the league. But the best way quarterbacks are graded is winning. He's out there trying to win his third division championship in as many years.
Looking to put a drive together. Stroud sets up the play action. This goes out wide from Mixon. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Houston.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
They'll send Kirk in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw on play action. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. A shotgun snap to Stroud. They'll let this go deep for Collins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Will Anderson. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Goff. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
It's now third down.
And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Stroud working out of the gun. And this is caught at the 8. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Stroud with another keeper. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Touchdown,
C.J. Stroud keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7.
5 plays there on that drive. And it was C.J. Stroud who finished off that drive with the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This to Laporta, right side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Goff. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as the tackle made down at the 33. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. fake the give. Now Goff. And in for the Lions. Touchdown. Blocked right from 3 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Texans offense set to regain possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Play action. Stroud now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. It's a gain of 34.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
And Stroud now to throw. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. And nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Play action. Here's Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Stroud. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line.
Yards. 1st down, Houston.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Running left, it's Mixon. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Stroud out of the gun here. Pass complete. Joe Mixon out of the backfield. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Stroud. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 7-yard touchdown ground. And the Texans have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud looking to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Stroud off the play fake. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Mixing up the middle. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Stroud to throw it. Got his man, Dell. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
A gain of 2 yards.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run with Mixon. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Tackled by Avante Maddox.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Nixon running wide side. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team, and that's exactly what we just saw.
Stroud. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and here's Gibbs. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Wright. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
3rd down and 9.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
In motion goes Patrick.
From the gun on third down, Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Here's Stroud.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Lee McNeil.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw. Stroud. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Houston's offense taking over again. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Back at the 24-yard line.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now on 2nd and 13. Stroud. Just a gain of a couple there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the gun on third down, Stroud.
Ball throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Some touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Fair catch.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be first and 10 as they take over.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You can go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now it's gone. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
First and 10.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Goff now looking to throw.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Goff and Williams looking up there for a Lions first.
Lions first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Second and 10.
To throw is Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Head coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That's another Lions. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. This one swung out to Montgomery. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to face a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, here's Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line.
19 yards. That's another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Goff now to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Bates' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Looking to put a drive together. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Stroud working out of the gun. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Houston.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Second down and 4. Again, it's Mixon. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
A loss of a yard on the
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That is caught. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
And Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Stroud. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
First and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Final play of the half, Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Texans 21.
So that drive, 12 plays in length.
17.
And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Jack Campbell running him down behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Will Anderson gets to him for the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Gibbs straight ahead. Oh, what a move. And he is going to have a Lions first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Lions first down. First and 10.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Dancing to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
2nd down and 3. Goff now looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And the Lions
7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. Goff. Finding Williams once more. Complete. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd down and 6 now. First carry now for David Montgomery. There's a nice move. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
A gain of 12 yards.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield, and spilling everything.
Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line.
That's another Detroit Lions first down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Here's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Gone. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Goff. This to Laporta, right side. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Bates' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line. Not quite enough for the first. Almost. Give him 9 instead. So that leaves him with an enviable 2nd and inches. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And the Texans first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Once again, they run with Mixon. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can...
Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now gone. Throw out wide, going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's Goff. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Houston set to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Looking to put a drive together.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Goff now looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Out of the gun. Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
That's good. 4 on Lions. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Lions have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2.
The Lions will set up for
They'll try and throw for it. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7.
Makes the score Lions 28, Texans 21.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Stroud to throw it. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Play action. Here's Stroud. He's got this complete to Stover, the tight end. 7 yards there and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun again to Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's exactly what you're looking for, the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Stroud. That's caught on the left side by Kirk.
Complete to number 13, Christian Kirk. He's on bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line.
Texans, first down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Down at the 25.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
This is 2nd and 8. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now 3rd down and 7. Stroud.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Kirk, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Lions offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
On the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Back to throw. Goff. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And
That
catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Henry To'o there on the tackle. This defense tough to run against, and those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
His throw incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. From the gun, here's Goff. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the sixth time today. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
They'll send Kirk in motion right. Stroud looking to throw. Now he pulled in downfield by Collins. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 71 yards. And the Texans strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
at their own 26. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. St. Brown in motion right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and end up making the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 2nd and 10. Stroud sets up the play action. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now Stroud to the right side and caught by Dell. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd down at the 44-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 6. Mixing up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it to 26. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Goff. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Here now, 2nd and 4. To throw is Goff. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
That's good for a Lions.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Play action. It's Goff. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Out of the gun. Goff. Get a man over the middle. It's Williams. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now it's gone. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
A 1st carry now for Craig Reynolds. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Complete to Wright. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
35.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here first and 10. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
It's a gain of a yard.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing now is Stroud. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. Time for another look at this Lions offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Goff and this Lions offense set for a first and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a second down and 7 from the 37. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Brought down right
Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, if you're up five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the 50, it's gone. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 33. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
It's a gain of 31 yards. That's another Lions. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
42. Texans 38.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Texans offense and Nico Collins heading onto the field. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. This is 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Stroud.
He'll get this complete to Collins.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Stroud to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw with Stroud. Ogunbowale on the screen. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stroud back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. Totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Hey, you got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
37-yard line.
Second and 6 coming up. Stroud looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Complete to Dare Ogunbowale. A gain of 7. First down, Texans.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.